A country with buying weapons of mass destruction is as easy as picking up a piece of plywood or a garden shovel. From schools in Columbine, Sandy Hook, and Virginia, to music festivals in Las Vegas, to nightclubs, these killers have used weapons of mass destruction to massacre innocent people.
All right, that was New York City Mayor Eric Adams on his 102nd day in office, making some strong comparisons to what we saw yesterday after that Brooklyn subway shooting that happened at 8:30 yesterday morning, so just about 24 hours ago. Joining us now for more is the former Chief of Staff at the Department of Defense and Senior Director for Counterterrorism on the National Security Council, Kash Patel, back with us. Kash, great to have you on this morning. Very frustrating. New York City collects more money in taxes from residents in the tri-state area than any other metropolitan area on the planet, yet the cameras, multiple cameras, up to 5 we're now hearing, were not working yesterday at this subway station. I have no idea where that money is being spent, but yesterday we didn't get an accurate description of this suspect, largely because these cameras weren't working, despite what eyewitnesses were telling us. What do you make of that, and would you classify this as domestic terrorism?
Hey, Rob, it's great to be with you. So look, as a former national security and terrorism prosecutor, investigations were what I used to do on day in, day out. Domestic terrorism investigations and international terrorism investigations. And the first thing you want to do is collect evidence besides ensuring the safety of the public and the victims. And you do that by interviewing, by going out there with the Joint Terrorism Task Force or the NYPD or whatnot, depending on the scenario, witness interviews, collecting statements, photography, and most importantly, video footage from CCTV and your government authorities. Now that we've found out that the New York City is supposed to be the best city in the world, the premier law enforcement agency can no longer rely on the efficacy of its videotaping skills is shocking from a law enforcement perspective. And why that is happening needs to be a separate investigation in the first place. As to whether or not this is domestic terrorism, I disagree with Mayor Adams coming out and comparing this shooting incident to the like of Pulse nightclub,
right,
which actually was a race hate motivated crime. That's substantially different once you unleash an investigation and come to the conclusion with facts to enforce your theory. Right now, what needs to be happening is a manhunt, an all-out manhunt with public assistance, utilizing social media and public camera videotape footage to try and find this individual. Domestic terrorism is a political stab at this point that they want to inject into this narrative. And it might be, but I don't think it will be.
So this is unlikely domestic terrorism in your opinion?
No, because, and this is getting technical, but when I was a terrorism prosecutor, domestic terrorism isn't actually a federal offense in and of itself. You have to be charged with a violent crime, and then it's classified as domestic terrorism if it meets a number of thresholds that the federal sentencing guidelines issue. Some of those thresholds include you have to be motivated to attack a certain group of people because of your beliefs or your ethical beliefs or ethnic beliefs in a certain ideology.
Right.
And I just haven't seen anything on that.
Okay, I got it. So the FBI had a file on this guy. The suspect, 62-year-old Frank James, is being called a person of interest this morning. We've had Harry Houck, a former NYPD detective, on the show a little bit earlier this morning, and he said the police are probably pretty close to apprehending somebody. But murder is up in New York City year over year, 33%. The FBI had a file on this guy. I'm not blaming this on the FBI. I'm not pinning it on the FBI. But why does this constantly happen? The FBI has intel on someone, and then something like this happens. I mean, the most famous example maybe in U.S. history is Lee Harvey Oswald. The Dallas FBI knew who he was, had a file on him, and then he goes and shoots the 35th president of the United States in November of 1963. But why does this keep happening? What does the FBI need to do to change the way that they assess likely violent criminals?
You're right. The FBI has supposedly had files on the multiple last number of mass fatal shootings across America. And what the FBI needs to do is what the administration should be doing. That is reprioritize its law enforcement efforts, reprioritize against not white supremacy and white rage and phantom crimes that don't exist, reprioritize against going after terrorists, against going after murderers, rapists, and robbers, and reprioritize the fact that we are allowing illegal immigrants into this country, giving them a free pass. And when they do get arrested, we're giving them bond again to go back out. I bet you, I don't know, I'm just guessing, this guy has a pretty long list of priors. What was he doing out with that long list of prior convictions? Why didn't the FBI go and the New York City Police Department go and pick him up? It's not because of the guys on the ground, the agents and the cops on the ground aren't doing their job. It's the levels above them that are politicizing the national security and law enforcement apparatus for gain, for their next headline, instead of letting the men and women who signed up to serve do their job.
Kash Patel, great to see you as always, my friend. Thanks so much for being on with us. We appreciate the expertise and the insight. Thanks, Kash.
Thanks, Rob.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.